So we began our mythos journey in talking about where we are in time right now. And we've talked a lot throughout this time together about, what we're seeing in the world, how the big movements of the planets are related to that, the astrology, listening to the astrologers and tracking the astrology to be able to track the movements, how that affects our brain waves and our bodies and our emotions, and how to help ourselves stay rooted in the feminine as we continue to go through this incredibly dramatic time on our planet that we came here for. We're here in this amazing time period for a reason. And if, like me, you feel in touch with your soul being and how you chose to incarnate on the planet at this time, then you know that you came here for a reason. You know that you chose this. Now, it's not always easy to remember that or to want to believe that whenever we're faced with hardship or the next challenge or the next, holy smokes, the next endings. I've lost count of the kinds of things that have ended for me in the past year. But, having that serpent priestess energy has helped for sure to understand what it means to shed. It's not necessarily made it a smooth ride or an easy one, but it has helped. It's good to know what it means to shed and how to do it well. And coming all the way back around now to where we are in time right now and where are we going moving forward? We all know that we're on the precipice of a February 17th shift from wood snake and shedding into fire horse and moving forward at a gallop. But there are other configurations happening around that as well. That same day is a massive, massive solar eclipse. It's supposed to be dark for like 6 minutes. Now, I've already looked it up, and I think only the very bottom part of the Earth is actually going to see any of that. Like you'd have to be in Antarctica or something. So most of us won't see it, but we're going to feel it because it's a big one. And we've got Saturn moving, and we've got Neptune moving, and Uranus has moved into a new sign. So again, whenever those big planets are moving like that, it is making massive shifts on our planet. We are all interconnected. So now we're seeing huge floods and huge storms and big earthquakes, right? Our planet is a living being, and all of what lives in her lives through us too. So it's really good for us to stay in touch with that, which brings me back around to Venus and Venus moving into Pisces today. And she's going to be there until March 6th. And now she was in Pisces last year as well, but she had all these like configurations going on with other planets, and it wasn't an easy time for Venus last time. But it is a beautiful time for Venus this time. So Venus rules love and relationships for the feminine. She rules the feminine energy. She also rules things like what we value. She rules finances and money. So we want to tune ourselves into these Venus themes and work with them conscientiously, especially when she's in an exalted place. This can mean so many beautiful, wonderful things for us ladies, even as everything else is churning and we're navigating the churning. We can have a through thread with Venus that can really be fulfilling for us. And again, I'm going to be talking more in depth about that in the masterclass, Venus Exalted, but I wanted to touch on that today because it begins now. So, in whatever ways that you tend to your body, tend to your sexuality, engage in self-care rituals, engage in devotional practices, especially to a lover goddess. It doesn't have to be Venus, could be Aphrodite, although Venus is actually the Roman version of the Greek Aphrodite. They're interconnected. The Romans, Italians took that from the Greeks. There are lover goddesses in the other pantheons too. But the point here is to maybe orient yourself towards that Venusian energy and that Venusian flow. So that's where we are in this moment in time, and it's what's going to carry us forward over these next few weeks. And it's a beautiful place to help yourself anchor into um, as we go forward. In that realm, I am going to be, I want to let you know, offering a 90-minute masterclass 2 Saturdays from now. The title of that class is Venus Exalted, because today Venus moves into Pisces. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later in our call, but basically what that means for us is that Venus is in her sign where she is in exaltation. And it's a beautiful, beautiful vibration, this Venus in Pisces. And what does that mean for us as women? And what does that mean for us to be in the Venus vibration and dedicate and devote to that face of the goddess? Again, the lover goddess, and how much she brings beauty into our lives and brings a connection between heaven and earth, the heavenly realms and the earthly realms and the pleasure realms and the devotional realms. And what is the crossover and the connection and the parallel between how we perceive spiritual love and mystical love and love with the divine, and how we experience romantic love, and how are those things related? And all of that lives in the realm of Venus. And so in this masterclass, we're going to be talking about what does it actually mean for Venus to be exalted? What would it mean for her to be exalted in you specifically? And what can we come to know about ourselves? What can we live into? How can we live into that heart's desire through the exploration of Venus? Venus, the goddess, Venus as an archetype, lover goddess as a whole, and specifically Venus exalted in this time period in Pisces, so that we're really anchoring ourselves into the energies of the now, that we're really anchoring ourselves into looking to the stars and the planets and the skies and the oceans and the earth and knowing where we are in all of it. So it's an orientation point and it's an exaltation point. So I'm inviting you to come to that masterclass, Venus Exalted.